Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CHSOP. In this podcast, we highlight the awesome students at Capitol High School. We cover all of their amazing stories and achievements in and out of school, giving them the recognition that they deserve for all of their hard work. I'm Colby Wilson, and I'll be your host today. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to CHSOP, Capitol High School Outlook Podcasts. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today I've got a very special guest with me, Mr. Benjamin Collins.
Good to be here.
Good to have you with us. So Ben is a classmate of mine. We've gone to school for about 5 years together, all of high school and part of middle school. And we'll be graduating soon. Unfortunately, with the pandemic taking place, it's going to be in a less traditional way. Now, being out of school for the past 2 months leading up to summer sounds like an ideal situation for a student, but I've noticed that a lot of people are kind of bummed out about it. Ben, what are your feelings about this?
I've got whole lots of feelings about it. I loved it at first because, it was just like a free vacation. It was like a prelude to summer, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But oh my God, have I been bored. Not going out, not doing anything. It's so nice for a little while. Oh my God. Sorry.
That's okay.
I set an alarm for noon because this is usually when I wake up. And that's an awesome example of how terrible this has been. I'm sleeping until noon like every day.
Yeah.
Whereas like during the school year, I'm up at like 6:30 starting my day.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so weird not doing that. And so just not having a routine is just crazy.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Have you learned any life lessons during this time?
Don't sleep until noon every day. I think that's something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's what you want and what you need aren't always the same thing, and that's a good example of this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, none of us graduating seniors grew up thinking any of this could ever happen. Instead, we all had different ambitions and dreams, and these may have changed over time as we got older or different experiences altered them. Ben, do you remember your first memory of what you wanted your future to become?
Yeah. Okay, so when I was a little kid, I wanted to be an FBI agent because I watched the X-Files all the time. And Agent Mulder, is it Mulder? I actually don't remember their name. Scully. One of them's Scully. Which she was gorgeous. But we can leave that after the podcast if you want. So I wanted to be an FBI agent because of them, because it was super cool. But then I grew up and I learned they have to be very smart to be an FBI agent. So I threw that off the table immediately. And then so currently I want to be a paramedic. And the reason for that mostly is I was out gardening one day, just kind of hanging out, doing my thing. And I popped my lung. And so I got rushed to the hospital. I had to take all these different ambulances to all these different hospitals for new specialists and stuff.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was just chatting it up with these paramedics and stuff in these ambulances, and they're so cool. And the sirens are awesome. And the fact that I was probably out of my mind on morphine at the time might have contributed to the overall experience being so great, but it also might not have. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I want to be a paramedic.
Sweet, that's awesome. Not popping your lung, but the rest of it. Let's see. Now our futures are determined by our past and present moments. Every action we've made has led us to this moment right now. When you were younger, Ben, were there any values or morals that you followed that kind of helped you guide you to where you are now?
Yeah. I guess so. Just the usual stuff that your parents teach you, be respectful, treat others how you want to be treated, don't hit girls. That was a big one growing up, apparently. I don't know, just kind of, normal values that my parents instilled in me as I grew up,
Yeah. Have these changed at all as you got in order, or have you, added to them at all?
Not the hitting girls, but everything else changes a little bit, I feel like. Not even necessarily treating others how you treat. No, I'm going to say no. I feel like pretty much it's all the same,
Yeah, just don't hit girls.
Yeah. Just don't hit girls. I guess that's still the same.
Yeah.
Some things never change.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Ben, you're a funny guy, we've also had a lot of classes this year, and you've also told me you write jokes for potential stand-up routines.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you wrote your first joke, and do you remember what the joke was?
Um. Oh shoot. I don't even know. Well, so it used to get me in trouble all the time, like telling jokes and stuff like that. And I remember like in the third grade, my teacher was totally fed up with me. And so she took my desk in the middle of class one day. She said, "Get up." And she took my desk from like just in front of everyone, moved it into the corner of the room, and then put a bookshelf in between me and the rest of the class because I talked too much. And,
Yeah.
and because I was always trying to, make jokes and stuff. And so I still found a way. I started writing stuff on paper and like holding it above the bookshelf because I was determined to not be silenced. But
Yeah.
not I just kind of like, if you're gonna be in class with everyone, it's gonna be boring. So you might as well spice it up a little. And
Yeah.
the teachers aren't always gonna do that. Some do, but they don't always.
Yeah.
And like you're gonna be there every single day for your whole day. You might as well enjoy it a little.
Yeah. Why do you enjoy making jokes and stuff so much? What's your favorite part?
Kind of like I just said, it just gives you something to do.
Yeah.
It gives you attention, which is wonderful, and it's just I don't know, adds a little spice to the otherwise very bland school day.
Yeah, I agree.
Very bland.
Agree. Do you think like comedy and jokes have kind of shaped what you want to be in the future? I guess paramedic isn't usually super.
No, I don't think it's a very funny job. But if if I can make a dying guy laugh for a few minutes, that works for me, But
Yeah.
But no, not really. I mean, I'd love to do something where I get to like make people laugh or, just entertain people. But the real world is calling, and I have to pick it up. So
That's true.
you gotta get an adult job.
Do you wanna pursue comedy at any point during your adult years?
Probably in college, because I'm just gonna be doing like schoolwork and then the here and there like minimum wage jobs. I might as well have something that's fun,
Yeah, and it could pay a little bit.
Yeah.
You never know. When you look back on your childhood and I guess now beginning of your adulthood, have you gotten any inspiration from anybody, like family members or celebrity, really anybody? It's kind of
I would say not so much celebrities, because I feel like people they get too caught up with celebrities,
Yeah.
like they're these random people that you don't know at all. They just have to kind of assume that they're nice because they say so.
Yeah.
But like your parents, if they're good people, which mine were, fortunately, I feel like your parents and your parents' parents have like the biggest effect on you as a person growing up. And so I'd attribute all my good attributes to my parents in some way or another. So I would just say them.
Yeah, that's good.
Then the branching offspring.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. As your formal public school experience is starting to come to an end, mine as well, what would you say are some of your most defining moments of that time? In elementary school, middle school, high school?
I think so I went to elementary school in an alternative elementary school, I guess. Like they're super hippy dippy, and at the time, at the time I hated it because I want to be cool and oh, this is so lame. But like thinking back, I am a very empathetic person and like emotionally developed because we spent more time learning how to make friends than doing actual math. And sure, I suffered on that front for a little while when I went on to middle school and further. But I caught up on all that. I feel like when you're young, that's the best time to teach like good emotional values. And I think the school I went to was Lincoln. I don't know if I said that or not, but I think it did a pretty good job in like instilling just the right amount of hippie in me that I can kind of relate to people and stuff. So I'd say just like, I don't even know exactly if I'm answering the question. But,
No, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good defining moment.
Yeah.
Well, you also played football.
Mhm.
At least we had Friday night lights this year to be able to come
Yes.
together at school.
That was awesome.
What has football kind of done for you in your life? How's it affected you?
I would say the best thing about football is that it's the ultimate team sport. You know, it's like you got 11 guys out there, and every single one of them has to do exactly their job.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't do your job, like if a lineman doesn't block for the quarterback's going to get blindsided and get injured, you know. So you really have to trust these guys that are out there. So it teaches you how to rely on other people, which is a huge skill in life, and work with other people, which is another huge skill in life. And so I'd say just overall camaraderie and learning how to work with other people and get what you need through other people and with other people is a good skill that I've learned from football.
Yeah.
And also just leadership. That's important too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you played any other sports throughout?
Yes, with varying success. I played basketball in middle school, if you remember.
I do remember.
I was horrible then. I had a blast, but I was terrible.
But you did make a half-court shot.
Yes, I did. In a staff game. Yeah. So it doesn't count.
That's okay.
It was my one highlight. I decided I have to end it after 8th grade because of that. And I think I played soccer in elementary school, and no offense to anyone who plays soccer, I despised it personally because I didn't like getting kicked in the shin. You have shin guards, but it still hurts. Okay?
It still hurts, yeah.
It still hurts. And yeah, I think that's about it for my athletic career. And this is pretty much the end of it in high school, which I'm kind of looking forward to. But
yeah,
you know,
you had a good run.
Changing pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on a high note.
For sure. On the same note of public school, were there any teachers or staff members that kind of went beyond just teaching you, like, reading, writing, more taught you, like, life lessons and stuff? Could be elementary or middle school.
Well, so in elementary school, growing up, I had a super bad speech impediment, and when I was, like, really young, I couldn't, like, hear certain words, certain vowels, stuff like that, and so I just skip over them, and that was a problem I had for a long time growing up until like 3rd or 4th grade. I was in speech therapy, and so my speech therapist is actually one of the most important people in my life that I barely even remember to this day now, but thinking back, like, without speaking properly, I wouldn't get anywhere. You know? So that guy was pretty great.
Yeah.
It was like Ted or Paul. I don't even remember. See, but he was very important to my development early on. So that guy, wherever he's at, good guy.
Awesome.
They had this like banana phone I had to like talk to so I could hear myself speak. It was nuts. Science has gone just in a direction. I don't know where it's going to be next. You know, it's amazing stuff.
Yeah. Well, since we've already kind of talked about what you're doing in the future, where are you actually planning on going to school next year?
Central Washington, because they have a very good paramedicine program, and that's what I want to do. So I'm going to go see if I like that, but they might not even be open for, like, you know, classes, and so in which case I'd probably just go to SPS for the semester and get some prereqs out of the way, and then go next year maybe.
Yeah.
Whenever they open up, or if they open up, I'll be there. So
yeah,
I still don't really know now, but
it's kind of up in the air for all of us, really.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird right now.
Yeah. Are you excited about your future? Or are you kind of nervous, scared, like a lot of us?
Yes. Excellent question. Yes.
Just both.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm nervous, but it's like, it's a good thing. You know, I don't want to live in my mom's house for the rest of my life. That would suck. So,
yeah.
I mean, you got to make money to live on your own. And so that's kind of the big motivators. Again, to do your own stuff, make your own rules.
Yeah. So
that'll be cool. So I'm excited for that aspect and just like growing up out of being a kid. But yeah, I'm pretty nervous to have to do everything. It's going to be crazy.
Nervous for the same reasons, kind of. To wrap things up, do you have any advice for younger high school, elementary, middle school students for like approaching their futures?
Yes. Have fun. Don't take everything too seriously, because like, get good grades. Don't get me wrong. Get good grades. Absolutely. Don't take everything so seriously. Like, if you find yourself up at like 2 a.m, before a test cramming, you've already lost. You shouldn't be in that position anyways. Go to bed. You have a better chance just sleeping and like having a good night's rest than going there with all this information that's just in and out 1 year, you know?
Yeah.
Just like have fun because you don't get to be young much. You know, you don't get to like go on a bike ride and break your arm and then heal in a week anymore. Once you're an adult, you know, you have to pay taxes, you have to have a family and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Just be young, have fun, and don't take stuff too seriously. But get good grades still.
Yeah.
Find a balance. Blow stuff off, don't blow everything off.
Good advice. Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of it. Thanks for that.
Absolutely. It was either this or the Joe Rogan podcast, and I decided since we're friends, I'll throw you a bone.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to CHSOP today. It's been a pleasure having you with us. And also a big thank you to Ben Collins for joining us on the show. As always, you can contact us with fun news stories we should cover. You can reach us at 360-867-5309, and a receptionist will gladly add your idea. Next week, we have a very exciting show planned for y'all, but I'm not going to spoil it just yet. You're going to have to wait and see for yourself. We hope to see you then. Again, thank you for listening. I'm Colby Wilson. We'll see you soon.